Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. This is video number 2 because I just uploaded the look at what FinCEN is up to in regards to this new proposed ruling. I think it's more than just proposed, and I'll explain why I kind of chuckle at that. Because when I did upload this, I just now see this article on Forbes that even though FinCEN technically provided 15 days for public comment, the notice also highlights, this notice was 72 some pages long, the notice and comment rule making requirements are inapplicable because this proposal involves a foreign affairs function of the United States, and because notice and public procedure thereon are impractical, unnecessary, or contrary to public interest, no, you will not get a chance to really comment. So Mnuchin is going to do what he wants to do. I did weigh in on the positives and the negative side, so I hope you get a chance to see that. In this particular video, we're going to look closer at the FLR, which is Spark, and XRP claim ratio. It has been announced. Now I want to give a shout out to Explorer because they helped the FLR networks with the overseeing of the Spark distribution event, and that is really an important role that they played. You can find them at XRPLORER on Twitter, along with the very, very talented group from Towo Labs. They are a partner for FLR Networks, and all of them together have been working for over a week with the group at FLR. And today, Hugo Filion, the co-founder and CEO of FLR Networks, posted on the blog dated December 19th, 2020, the FLR Claim Ratio. And I think it's interesting to look at how it was broken down. Here is the formula. You can see it where we have the Spark claimable. That is the amount of Spark claimable by an address. And then it equals XRP owned in the addresses at snapshot, okay, over the XRP total, which is the total amount of XRP in existence at the snapshot. And at that date, it was 99,990,822,918 minus the XRP Ripple. That's the amount of XRP held by the company Ripple in their related accounts. And that came to 54,172,271,587 minus the XRP NPE. That is XRP that's held by non-participating exchanges at the snapshot. That came to 322,744,698, far less than I actually thought it would be. Then we get the distribution amount. I want to just tell you though that I want to read you this one portion here. Due to Ripple's custody of XRP on behalf of a charitable organization, FLR will, be permitting them to claim FLR. The amount calculated as held by Ripple Inc. is lower than originally assumed. So as to maintain that strict minimum of a 1-to-1 distribution ratio, the distribution amount is therefore increased from the previously stipulated 45 billion. Yeah, I'm just double checking my reading here. To 45,827,728,412. The total FLR created remains at 100 billion, with the difference coming from the amount to be received by FLR Foundation. So I will explain to you in a moment this charitable organization, but I want to just take you to the bottom line because I know everybody really wants to know what is the final ratio For each one XRP held, then 1.0073 FLR or Spark, rounded to 4 decimal places, can be claimed. That is the final ratio. That charitable organization is RippleWorks. RippleWorks was named as one of the world's most innovative companies in 2020 by Fast Company. And the person or persons behind this, one of them is Doug Galen, former eBay executive. He was also a Ripple advisor. He was also the senior VP at Shutterfly, and he currently is a lecturer at Stanford. He co-founded RippleWorks with Chris Larsen, and they launched in April 2015. The projects, since they have launched, have reached 125. Some 216 million people have been impacted by their good effort, and you can find a lot about what kind of work they're doing at rippleworks.org. Now, if you go to the @Flare Network's Twitter feed, this is a place that you'll be able to really catch up on all the commentary and stay on top of the developments. Remember, if you self-custody, you can claim until the 11th of June 2021. And there will be a scheduled distribution. So you'll see a percentage that comes out, 15% first, and then there's going to be a subsequent scheduling to follow. Just use Twitter and the blog site, which is blog.flare.xyz, should you want to really stay on top of it, just like all of us do. The network, Flare Network, should go live. It's expected to go live sometime Q1, Q2, 2021. And the reason why I keep talking about how big DeFi is, and it's just not me, this is the blog site where you can really get all your questions answered. I'm sure if you use this as a resource, this is really going to be helpful for you. But there was a fantastic panel today. This is a panel that Frank Chaparro of The Block hosted. You can see Caitlin Long there. She is just one sharp cookie. She's on top of it. I think she's the sharpest tool in the toolbox here. There's Andrew Peel from Morgan Stanley, who I'm going to have you listen to because he really does nail it when he talks about DeFi. And then Walter Hessert, the head of strategy at Paxos, and Sina Nadir at FTX. So they uploaded this, and it's really a shame. December 18th, but only 164 views. It's just not enough. When you listen to this in its entirety, I think it's one of those discussions that everybody should be listening to. But here we go at the 49:23 mark. We're just going to listen to 2 minutes where they're wrapping up with the year-end predictions. There's so many predictions this time of year. And Andrew has, I think, very good insight to DeFi, and he sees where it's going. And I want you to listen to this.
Your prediction, sir.
Prediction. So I would say an escalation, or let's say an evolution of this current momentum in terms of the traditional, or let's say significant interest in the topic will continue throughout 21. I've been monitoring the explosion of DeFi to Walter, as Walter mentioned it as well. A fascinating space. Technology's moved on hugely since the days of Ether Delta in 2017. We start to see the likes of Sushi Swap, yield farming, pickle finance. I find the creativity with food types and the icons used just fascinating. Let's put a controversial one out there. We'll move on from food types because we'll run out of food types by the end of 21. But this will just continue to evolve, and the concept of non-custodial wallets and DeFi, of course, in focus with the Treasury Secretary, as you mentioned, Frank. But I think in the same way that the ICO phase of 2017 led to an evolution to capital raising or distributed capital raising. I think some of the technology from this DeFi phase will certainly be utilized in some way in a more regulated manner throughout 21 and towards 2022.
What do you think the main use case there is? Trading, lending? What about the DeFi world is going to sort of rise to the occasion?
Yeah, I mean, it's still very, very early. Just looking into it, I mean, the growth is phenomenal, and obviously with 15 billion plus of assets, it's not insignificant. And I think a few months certainly in August or September, the volumes on Uniswap were larger than some of the crypto venues. So that shouldn't be ignored. And I find the programmable features of the technology, the ability to have a smart contract monitor when a certain payment should be made or a certain action should be taken is revolutionary. It's fascinating. And I think the application of some of those programmable features which are born out of this DeFi world and all this innovation could have huge effects for the future of finance and the ability to be far more efficient on a new type of digital infrastructure.
I totally agree with what he said. I'm going to put a link to this 2020 DApp industry report. Again, it is talking about the decentralized apps out there. It's unbelievably comprehensive, and it is super resourceful. And I think I'm going to keep on pulling little nuggets out of here over the next few weeks. They'll put the link in just for today and move on to some fluff. This is today in Tokyo. This is in the Hibiya Park, which is a really great part of downtown Tokyo. Actually, Tokyo doesn't have a downtown, but this is one of the many downtowns. There is no real one downtown, but it's close to the Emperor's Palace. It's close to the financial district. It's close to Ginza. It's one of the nicer areas of the downtown. They say Shitamachi, but it's really Shitamachi. This is more of the well, there's just a lot of government offices too that are close by. A lot of it's a financial area, but also very much close to the high-end retail area and restaurant area of Ginza. Yeah, I think if you come to Tokyo, you don't want to miss exploring the area of Hibiya, that's for sure, or even Yurakucho. But what I want to tell you about is a very, very cool coffee place that is just next to that, and it's called Bogan Coffee. This is one of the coolest places to go get a cup of coffee in Tokyo. And there are a lot of people who experience their coffee and then talk about how they get such a craving for it. It is just one of those places that do an incredible job at picking out their beans, and then it is drip filtered in for you to enjoy. And it is also a place that you can see some very beautiful and interesting bonsai. And the bonsai has a tendency to change out. So if you go and you might see something like this, but you might visit again and see something like this. And I'm going to guess, just from the bonsai I've seen, this is probably close to 200 or 300 years old. Yeah, very well. Could be. Or you might see this one here. These are all taken from inside their interior. So unbelievably beautiful. It has inspired me that tomorrow I've decided I'm going to put maybe the 20 best looking bonsai I can find in picture form and put it on my coil site so that everybody can have a look at the magnificent work that is done to create these beautiful miniatures. I've tried. I can't. Everyone I have taken home has died. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.